The side of Ben Cousins running the media gauntlet has become a familiar one. But for once, it won't worry Ben at all. For tonight, he's back. Back in Eagles colours and ready to do what he does so well. Play football. In the trauma of the year that's been, at times, that seemed unlikely to ever happen again.
Cousins lives a colourful life. He infamously bolted from a police booze bus and escaped after a marathon swim. He's been in nightclub fights and been locked up. The Brownlow medalists' fall from grace complete last night.
I've decided to stand down as captain of the West Coast Eagles Football Club.
It's unclear if Cousins remains in Melbourne after being arrested near Crown Casino early yesterday morning for public drunkenness.
The West Coast Eagles suspending trouble star Ben Cousins.
West Coast describes the current situation with its problem child as untenable.
It's time that Ben is suspended from the club to go away and try and tackle these personal private issues head on.
The AFL's most famous fallen star is winging his way to drug rehabilitation in the US.
Cousins has since arrived home to a blaze of publicity and flashing lights.
I apologise to the West Coast Eagles Football Club.
The Premiers have pencilled in a round 16 comeback at Subiaco against fierce rival Sydney.
Yes, that is a side, the West Coast Eagles team with Ben Cousins in the lineup. The thousands of West Coast supporters are ready to see and endorse thoroughly as the Eagles get ready to run onto Subiaco Oval as they take on their old rivals, their new rivals. They're certainly rivals, the Sydney Swans. There he is after all the trauma and drama of the year. Ben Cousins is only metres away from getting a tumultuous roar from the crowd. There's a lot of love in the air at Subiaco. The Eagles and Ben Cousins back as one. And on the ground, Anthony Hudson and Michael Voss with you from Subi tonight as the Eagles just about broke the batter, Michael Voss. It's an enormous roar.
It certainly isn't the reaction you would expect. And everybody is actually on their feet right now as the Eagles have come onto the field. So quite a remarkable feeling down here home. But doesn't he look fantastic? He absolutely looks real good, Nick. He's been chiselled out of stone and they've been waiting for this moment a long, long time. And everyone's waiting for Ben Cousins to take the field again for the West Coast Eagles.
Well, Cousins is just away to our left here, and the crowd on their feet is only metres away from us, and they are just going nuts right now. How will he be feeling, do you think?
Well, he'd be nervous, especially with the reception he's just received. I mean, I've got goosebumps just standing here, so it is remarkable. And I mean, it's been a long journey for him, but let's just hope that this is the last chapter of that journey.
Well, so do you think he'll make a good contribution tonight? He's starting on the bench. Is that a good move?
Well, I think it is, just to be able to see the game a little bit, settle the nerves, and look, the best and worst of Ben Cousins is not far apart.
Well, they're taking on the Sydney Swans, of course, tonight. We know the Eagles have been struggling. The Swans, too, haven't been in great form, but they put a couple of wins together over Freo, and last week 62-point winners over Carlton. Are you a believer?
Oh, look, they hang in there as typical Sydney Swans fashion. They know how just to be able to scrap it out, hang into the season, and then hopefully in the back end of this season, they can string a few wins together and get back and a firm fixture in that top 8.
Well, of course, it's not as though we actually needed to spice up the game with Cousins' return. There's enough riding on it anyway.